Hey everyone, this is Donald the Repentless. Today I want to talk about something I find interesting. Have you ever noticed that from time to time, like newspapers or online, they'll ask the question, something along the lines of, if you could visit any era in human history, or if you could be born in a different era of human history, what would it be? And I've given this some thought today. I don't know why I was thinking about this today, but I decided to make a quick video about it. Most people, when they say that, they'll talk about a time like the 1860s or the 1900s or whatever, just to meet someone from his history they're that they respect. As I think about it, the kind of thing I would like to see, to go back in time and see, is for example, when the first groups of humans decided to leave their little valley there in Africa, about what they say, about 125,000 years ago or something like that, or even when humans first entered into Europe and they encountered Neanderthals for the first time. These, as important as recent history is, as important as writing is to history, and the ability to record what happened is important. I think that those are two of the key moments of human history. I mean, if humans didn't decide to leave their little valley there in Africa, I don't think we'd have any of the history that we do now. In comparison to some of our closest ancestors, closest relations, evolutionarily speaking, the chimpanzees, they have basically stayed in their valley. They stayed where their species originated. And, another ones like baboons and so forth have all pretty much stayed where their species formed. Humans, on the other hand, have spread out throughout the entire world, as well we know well. But those two key points in history, I would like to see. Well, there's a lot of key points in history, like the development of writing and so forth. But those are the two main ones that come to mind when I think of the question, what era of human history I would like to be born in or visit. Because let's face it, yeah, I wouldn't have the technology that I have now, but and but you know, and no one knew at that moment they were creating history by deciding to travel outside their valley to find food, or keep moving outward into Europe and Asia. And well, actually, it was, first they went up to Egypt and spread around Africa, which is kind of an interesting fact that you know they find the DNA atom, and how Christians will sit there and say, "Well, see, this is proof of the Bible." But the problem is that the genetic atom was located on the west coast of Africa, nowhere near where their supposed Garden of Eden was, which is, excuse me, which means another point, because, you know, I find the actual history of how humanity developed and migrated over time far more interesting than the biblical account, which Christians hold up as some kind of history of the human race. Because there's a lot more sacrifice in reality. These were the true pioneers, back when none of the world was known. They left their homes, they had little in the way of tools, and they just went to find food. And to maybe just out of curiosity, that wouldn't surprise me at all, because we as human beings are still very curious about how things work, what's over the next hill, what's over the next horizon, as it were. But the biblical history already starts with cities and kingdoms and all this stuff. And it skips all those important steps of going from people just with basic clans, maybe. Not villages. Humanity started before the building of huts and teepees and tents and whatever. And how they discovered that, because that would be exciting too, to see how people discovered their ability to take scraps of wood and put it together into some kind of dwelling, and how they discovered all these different places that were there, but no one had seen them before. No human had seen them before. There's always been other species there, but not humans. And, it's kind of funny, how they say that Columbus discovered America. No, the Native Americans discovered it 14,000 years ago, or further back. Because the earliest, I was reading about human migration, the earliest verified remains and so forth, goes back to about 14,300 years ago. But anyways, like I said, those are 2 points that I would like to see in history. There was, because nobody was there to record it. People were there, but they didn't have writing. Writing hadn't become important, because I think that writing came about because of a need to be able to keep track of how many cattle, how many sheep, how much grain they have. So really, in a sense, writing started because of inventory control, which my main job, or whatever, one of my jobs is counting inventory. So it's kind of interesting in a way that inventory goes that far back. So I know I'm rambling, I'm going back and forth between various subjects, but I just wanted to make this video to talk about this and the other things I've talked about. After I get off work, I plan to make a video about the Trump administration. I mean, I might as well make a video about that, because there's a number of things going on with this administration that I don't like. And, well, we're going to be talking about Donald Trump for the next 4 years. Well, actually, we've been talking about Donald Trump for a long time, even before he became president, because he is a very interesting human being. He's been very entertaining. Back when I was a teenager and my nickname was Donald Trump, he was known for his business acumen before he became a reality star. Donald Trump is a man who definitely knows how to make money. He also knows how to lose money. I think everybody basically knows how to lose money. But it's not necessarily the same thing as earning money. And most of us have to earn money the old-fashioned way, by going out to a job and working. No matter what kind of job that is, Even YouTube, even though you make money on YouTube, really have a job, but it's not what I would call a traditional job. Even people who are making money on YouTube will say that it's not a traditional job, like going out and sweeping and mopping floors, vacuuming, and all that kind of stuff. Building things, cleaning things, counting things, and so forth. Like I said, I'm kind of rambling because I kind of want to get this video to over 10 minutes. And I hope I'm not overly boring with my talk here today. But anyways, now it's your time, chance. Please, what era of history would you like to visit, and why? Please leave your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs down. If you don't like it, thumbs it down. Oh, well, give it a thumbs up if you like. And don't forget to leave your comments in below. This is Donald the Repentless. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe for more repentless content. I almost forgot to say that. Silly me. This is Donald the Repentless, signing off.